I know there's many people out there that are struggling with the same things that I used to. One of those things is purpose. We often ask ourselves, what is my purpose? What am I doing here? And we just have the sense that we don't actually know what we're doing with our lives. For many years, I struggled with exactly this. So today, we're going to talk about the things that helped me in this time, and the things that I wish I would have known back when I was struggling to find my place. I've been lost many times in life, and when high school finished and I went to college, I had no idea what I wanted to study and no idea what I wanted to do with my life. I felt unequipped, and I didn't know how to come up with a basic life plan. I didn't know what I was good at, and I just ended up picking a PE teaching course because sport was something that I was passionate about. Once college finished, and from there to the age of 24, I would describe those years as the years where I stumbled through life. They were the worst years of my life, but they also helped me build a strong, robust character. I had no idea what I wanted to do still, and it was difficult. People around me in my life at that time were doing well, and they had stability. My friends were in their career jobs, and some of them were starting to get into long-term serious relationships. Me, on the other hand, I was struggling to find a career that I was happy with, and I was in a lot of toxic, short-term relationships. In this time, I tried many different jobs. I'd worked in call centers, hospitality industry, construction industry, and once all those had failed, I decided to go away to university. Once that had finished, I felt like I didn't fit in anything that I'd tried in my life. I was having serious doubts if I just wanted to continue. I felt like I'd let my family down, and I just felt like a massive failure. But I was also determined to make something of my life. During these times, I'd also experienced a lot of death in my family, and in the space of that 3 to 4 year period, all my grandparents had passed away. I started looking at life differently, and I thought of life as more of a temporary thing, and I remember my grandmother telling me that I should just do as much as possible and see as much of the world as possible. This led to me getting the opportunity to work abroad, and I've been able to forge a nice career for myself. But I'd be lying if I sat here right now and said to you that I have it all figured out. If I look at my life now and where I'm working and where I'm living, you'll know that there's a lot of uncertainty. I have to think, well, where will I be living in 5 years? I also have to think about if there's more problems with family back home. Do I need to move back home quickly? Perhaps I'll need to have a quick career change in a few years. I mean, who knows, So I'd be lying if I sat here and said I knew where everything's going to be in a year's time. The reality is that we aren't supposed to have it all figured out. It's more of a process, let's say. The pressures of society make us think that we need to have things done by a certain age. Like, we should have our career sorted by our mid-20s, and in this time we should also get a mortgage. We should also look to marry in our late 20s and start thinking about making a family at the age of 30 or so. All of this is just rubbish, in my opinion. And I really believe that things in life happen to you when you're ready for it to happen. This has always been the case for me, and I look at my job now and I look at the skills it requires. It requires self-confidence, and it requires people skills. These are the things that I just did not have in my early 20s. There's no way when I was 20 or 21, 22, I'd be able to do the job that I have now because I just wasn't ready for it. About a year and a half ago, I also came out of a 5-year relationship, and I've worked hard on myself, and with all these things, it's about working bit by bit to be better so that I can work towards on being a better person the next time I'm in a relationship. I failed in many jobs and a few long-term relationships now, but life is all about how we react to these moments. Will you let it define you, or will you learn and keep pushing forwards? These are the actions that will define you. Being lost and failing to find purpose will help you to build character in the long run. It made me realize that I'm resilient. I didn't give up, and feeling lost and unsure what I wanted to do with my life gave me a lot of motivation to make me want to do something good. I'm not a religious person as such, but I feel like whenever I failed, it showed me what I need to improve. For example, my first relationship was a toxic one, and it showed me that I shouldn't be a pushover, and I need to stand up for myself. My first jobs in life showed me that I lacked confidence, and that was something I needed to work on. All of this hard work built up over time, and it will do for you too. You just have to keep your head down and do as much as you can each day, and over time you will see the rewards. So really, for all of us, our purpose is just to be the best version of ourselves every day. And what can you do with your time that's important? Relax. You're going to get where you need to get to eventually, and trust the process. If you made it this far, thank you for supporting me. And, I'm really happy with the small, wholesome community that we're starting to build over here. I wish you nothing but the best on your journey, and I hope to see you in the next one. Take care.